Several violent crimes spanning across Rochester has communities on edge. Rochester now seeing its 36th homicide after two people were shot and killed in two separate incidents Sunday. And as Dalton Williams reports, people are worried at what the rest of summer could look like.
Shots fired throughout Rochester over the weekend. Sunday, two homicides happening within 12 hours of each other. The first at the intersection of Monroe Avenue and South Goodman Street, where a man was found shot in the upper body. Sean Cronty grew up close to the area and says it wasn't always like this.
When I was a kid, it was so, you could go out, do whatever you wanted in the neighborhood. Seems like now you just can't do that. There's just way too much violence. I live in Greece now. I mean, there's violence anywhere, but I would never move back to the city.
Around noon Sunday, police responded to another shots fired call, this time on Jefferson Avenue. Prunty fears that as the weather gets warmer, the violence may increase.
I mean, summer's here. That's the best time of the year, especially COVID is starting to, everything's going back to normal, There's too much crime. Too much, man.
Saturday, Rochester police say a man was shot at the intersection of Dove Street and Driving Park, sending him to Strong Hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. For Parker Hildreth, he says this is all unfortunately becoming too normal.
Like, the city is crazy right now. You go north of the not the 104th, but the inner loop, it's wild. There's always something happening on every single street. And it's terrible.
On Friday, Rochester police say a fight on Park Avenue led to gunshots being fired outside of a popular bar. Jenna Comstock says she usually enjoys going to the Park Avenue neighborhood, but with all this rise in violence, she's scaling back her visits.
We've kind of been visiting less and less down here in the city, and when we do visit, days like today, we leave pretty early. We're on our way out right now because it's about that time to go home where things get kind of shaky.
Now to that breaking news, a homicide investigation underway this hour on North Clinton Avenue in the city.
Let's get right to Sam Carter with the new information we've learned so far. Sam?
Good morning, Alexis. Good morning, Matt. Yeah, a lot of new information just learned by 13 Wham. Apparently last night there was a large party right behind me, about 200 or 300 people deep. A large fight broke out. There were shots fired and one person is dead. That person was transported by a police car to the hospital last night where he died. Now, a policeman told me off camera that the ambulance could not get through the thick crowd to get to that gunshot victim and had to be transported to the hospital by a black and white police car where he later died. 3 other people were shot. I want to make that clear. 3 other people were shot. One of them recently going to the emergency room himself. All 3, in fact, were brought privately to the emergency room. So I want to sum up here. Police are investigating here on North Clinton a homicide. A man is dead after a large 4th of July party right here on North Clinton Avenue in the Fight Village area of this. Now, police have closed down Kelly Streets going this way all the way to Ward Streets. Now, I say that because it's about a 3 or 4 block area, and there are probably, I'm counting just unofficially now, there are probably still about a dozen police cars here as this investigation continues. And when more information is released, we will bring that to you. And until then, let's go back to Alexis and Matt at the desk.
Start with breaking news tonight. A violent holiday weekend in Rochester has left 2 people dead and several others injured. Good evening, I'm Chase Howell. Several violent crimes spanning across Rochester has communities on edge. Rochester now seeing its 36th homicide after 2 people were shot and killed in 2 separate incidents Sunday. We have Dalton Williams live from Monroe Avenue and Goodman Street, one of the locations where Rochester police say a man was shot and killed early this morning. Dalton?
2 homicides within 12 hours of each other. The first one taking place here at the corner of Monroe Avenue and South Goodman Street. Officers responded around 3 a.m. this morning after reports of multiple shots fired. When police arrived, they found a male victim with gunshot wounds to his upper body. The man was transported to Strong Hospital, where he was then pronounced dead. And then around noon today, another shots fired called, this time on the corner of Jefferson Avenue and Bartlett Street, leading police to the second homicide of the day. Jenna Comstock says after hearing about all these shootings over the weekend, she's doing what she can to get home safe.
Kind kind of been visiting less and less down here in the city. And when we do visit, like days like today, we leave pretty early. Like we're on our way out right now because it's about that time to go home where things get kind of shaky.
Coming up later tonight, a deeper look into where these violent crimes are happening and how it's impacting the neighborhoods.